Hello there, my name is Lawrence. I'm a student of the Artevelde Hogeschool, and I have been given the assignment to make a cover page of this year's yearbook. In this tutorial video, I will show you how I did this. Here you can see the end result. First of all, I start with an image in Photoshop, and I delete out the content that is not necessary for me in this assignment. With the direct selection tool, I delete the text. Now, while I zoom in, you can see the picture is quite pixelated and has a lot of color in it. So first of all, I want to go to Image Adjustments and adjust the brightness and contrast. I put the contrast much more higher and also the brightness. As you can see, you basically only have two colors left now, red and white. But because it's so pixelated, I want it factorized. So I go to Illustrator, I create a new print document, a landscape A4, that's okay with me. Zoom out a little bit, and now I go back to Photoshop. I use the Move selection tool, and I click and drag the image right into Illustrator. Now what I want to do here is live trace it, so we get an automatic vectorized image of it. In the live trace options, I use one color logo because I just want the reds to be black and vectorized. Now Illustrator will do it automatically for me. And what I like to do also is put the minimal area to 0 to give it a little bit more detail. And I also want to give it a little bit more contrast, so I go to threshold and place it to about 200. As you can see, the image is now a little bit more darker and better visible. Next up, I want to add the green color that you can see behind the faces right here. So I draw a new rectangle behind it, actually in front of it. Now don't be afraid, you just have to arrange this rectangle to the back. It's a right click, arrange, set to back. Now I just want to give it a color. I'm going to choose the lime green of our Artevelde logo. There we go. Next up, I need to know the exact size of my image, which has to be. So I go first in InDesign, I make a new document, an A4 landscape. We don't need margins, so I put that to 0. But we do need the bleed of minimal 5 millimeters. Okay. What I like to do in InDesign is add guidelines to my page. It has to be right in the middle, so I insert the 297 divided by 2. And now I draw a rectangle from the corner all the way to the middle. As you can see, it's about 153.5 millimeters. I like to work with round numbers, so I'm going to go with 155. So now I know my exact width and height. So I go back to Illustrator, select both, I group them with right click, and I adjust here manually the width and height. Now I just need to copy and paste this into my InDesign document. So Ctrl C, InDesign. You can delete the rectangle because you don't need it anymore. And Ctrl paste. And I place it right in exact in the corner. Now I put the display performance on high quality to make it look a little bit better. And I adjust this to right in the middle. Now as you can see, you have a little bit of borders here in the corners, here. I don't want them to be visible, so I use Shift and Alt to make the image a little bit bigger, so the corners aren't visible anymore. Now you can always press W to make your guidelines disappear. So this is the result until now. Now I need to add the text frame, which you can do with the rectangle tool, and just place it right over the rectangle of your image. Now with your rectangle selected, you go to fill and give it a paper color. Also the stroke, give it a black color and about 4 points. 4-point stroke. Now you can just use the type tool and click in it and insert your text. Mine will be my name and the yearbook. I'm in the class of 2011-2012. To align this in the center, I just select all text, and align it in the center right here. You can also use paragraph styles, but just for one line I don't think it's very necessary. With your selection tool you can click on your rectangle, and right about here you can find align to top, bottom, vertically justify, and align to center. I want it to be right in the middle, so I use align center. For the last, I want to add my logo to the backside of the yearbook, so I'm going to use Ctrl D and insert the logo. It's a little bit too big, so I'm just going to use Shift and drag it to be smaller to about 100. Now you can click here until the little hand appears, so you have your original frame, and then just right click it, fitting, and say fit content to frame. There we go. And now I'd like to align it with my graphics frame and put it in the middle on the back side of the cover. As you can see, I now finished my cover, and that brings us to the end of this tutorial video. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video has been useful to you.